Welcome back to the channel, everybody. 2 minutes away from my pickup, and originally I started with 5 minutes away. It's literally 2 exits down from my house. Somewhere over here there's some kind of a bakery, or I don't know what it is, but anyway, almost here. I'll show you guys what we're picking up. The load goes to Missoula, Montana. Supposedly requires hand unload, so we'll see. We'll see what it's all about. Just got loaded, set my paperwork, and I'll show you guys what I'm loaded with. Delivers to Krispy Kreme, I guess, some baking goods, and apparently, you know, a rush. Usually it's, you know, I'm sure, you know, truck takes stuff out there, but hey, it is what it is, and I'm okay with it. If you haven't subscribed here yet, you need to. Here's a pallet. It's just one pallet of different, it's bags on here, and boxes and buckets, as you can see. Maple dipping icing. You guys see that? All kinds of goodies. So yeah, that's what this is. Put some of these again, just like I did on the other load. Any load that you have with some boxes in it, it's real good to, you know, put some of these corners in. That way you're not smashing too much. Right here, see that? Perfecto. I mean, I got 200 miles worth of driving from here, and then the passes, 2 passes to go through, so lots of windy roads. This, you know, you guys have been to Missoula with me many times if you've been on the channel, but yeah, hand unload on all this. Like 1,500 pounds worth of stuff. 1,500 pounds. Basically, we bid the load. 15 minutes later, we're not getting a reply, and we ask them, "Hey, no go?" And a dispatcher a few minutes later goes, "We have a carrier already on this. They haven't accepted macro point. Waiting for them to accept macro point, and you know, that's it." And I'm like, "Well, if you guys, you know, Spokane's our home base. If they don't work out, then let me know. We're actually here, and we can accept anything and everything, and, you know, pick it up now and deliver it whenever needed." So she's like, she's like, "Okay, understood." And I'm counting down minutes, waiting for them to accept it. And nobody apparently accepted the macro point, or maybe they lied about how far away the truck was versus where they actually were. Who knows? I don't know the details, because, you know, I'm not that company who screwed them. And basically, you know, within about 25 minutes, they said, "Okay, book it." And that was it. So, yeah. The other company, whoever they had on this, I guess, failed. And probably they had a better rate, or I don't know why, but they had them, you know what I mean, already. They had given him already the information, and, you know, they must have had a little better rate. And the rate on this, I was originally going to try 500, but then I'm like, well, here's the deal. I don't have to go. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not sitting desperately waiting for a load. I'm not a full-time driver all the time, so I don't have to go. And normally when you guys do see me go, it's worthwhile for me to actually go, because I bid the load higher than normal people might do, and a lot of times it's the same. But as a round trip, people don't stick around here unless they live here, and I don't know of any expediters who live here, you know, in town. So we always bid it as a round trip for me when I go, because I need to get back to the office. Because freight going to Missoula, there's nothing in Missoula, just so you guys understand. And you guys do understand, right? I mean, on the East Coast, there's, you know, cities, lots of things happening, lots of factories, lots of everything. So yes, there's freight out there. Here, yeah, we live in like a, you know, I call this a village still, but there's probably, I don't know, 600,000 people here, maybe 800,000 now, like all the little surroundings outside of Spokane as well. But we still don't have a lot of expedited freight out here, so that's the reason. When I bid from home, I gotta get back home. So if they can pay it, great. If they can't, I'm okay, because, you know, I'm not one of those I'm not a full-time driver who just depends on this, all this. And some of you guys might think, well, I don't want to be a full-time driver. I want to do this part-time too, and this and that. Well, you guys have got to understand that I bid my own loads, and there's not a dispatcher out there who's going to want to bid loads for you as a round trip in an area where there's a bunch of loads and just fail, and not get a load day after day, day after day. They need to make money too, because we're all commissioned. You know what I mean? So we will, you know, we're doing what we can do and bid, but you guys got to understand that in the dead zone areas like ours is, we have to charge that round trip. Plus it's a hand unload, 1,500 pounds. So I charged them, originally I was thinking 5, but then I was like, nah, I'll do it for 600 because it's raining here, it's going to be snowing in the mountains. I don't know how the weather's going to be. I don't know if it's going to take me all night, you know, to get there and back, and you know what the case is. So I figured, hey, I'm going to bid it as a worst case scenario at 600 and see if they give it to us. And obviously they had a cheaper option that did not work out at all for them, and so they had to cancel that option and give it to us. Okay, broker wants my ETA, so give me a minute. Dispatch is already texting me asking for ETA. We've got rain here, but I know as I'm going to be heading further into the passes, it's going to be snowing there. I already checked the weather cameras, not the weather cameras, but check the cameras, the DOT ones for the weather. The ground looks, you know, wet and slushy, but nothing like ice or lots of snow or any of that kind of stuff. So, but usually, like I said, every video you guys see of me, they take care of this. And you know, if they don't, you just take it easy, and most likely you'll catch up to a plow, or if not, then one will be right behind you somewhere. So these passes, they do a real good job taking care of them, because there's a lot of traffic that comes through here. I mean, this is, you know, east to west right here, I-90. Look at this beautifulness. Look at it. Look at that. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's snowing up here, but the roads are treated, so you're not slipping and sliding anywhere. Everything's great. We'll see how the rest of the, you know, coming down and going through the mountains will be. But usually, like I said, they do a great job out here. At least the steep parts of coming up and coming down, and the rest is just, you know, up to the driver, because it's common sense. Wintertime, you're supposed to have decent tires so you can perform good in the snow. It's your safety. It's the safety of the freight. So I know it's not 100% up to us, but what's up to us is, you know, having decent, not decent, but, you know, taking care of your vehicle, doing good maintenance, and having good tires on that are appropriate for the weather, for the time of the year and the conditions. Sorry, I don't have time to stand over here and you know, do a drone flight or anything. I wish I could have, but I just don't have time. I can't lose any time, because this is direct. It's hot. They need it right away. Somebody already messed up on this load, and brokers, you know, we want to show them that we can do it when others can't. So I can't be stopping. Maybe on the way back, you know, hopefully it'll be night, but hey, you know, it is what it is. What am I gonna do? I should have grabbed the snowboard and the gear. Look at that. They don't make you do anything. You're just supposed to carry chains as long as you're 26,000 pounds. There you go. This is the highest point on I-90 here, Idaho and Montana. This part of the drive anyways. And then now it's just going down time. Krispy Kreme, here we are. Oh, there's the sign, right? Yep, okay. I just pulled up, I'm gonna go inside, check in, ask them what door we use for this, and go from there. Unload and unload. More than halfway done already. So I'm just taking stuff off the pallet, put on the cart, and then putting it inside. Real easy. But I'm busy. Can't talk to you guys right now. I'll tell you all about the Krispy Kreme goodness later. While I put my straps away, where can I hang you guys? Not literally, but you know, so you guys can, so I can chit chat and work at the same time. Basically, they said that I arrived here like 10 minutes before closing, like literally, and I had no idea. I came and they're like cleaning up, and I'm like, oh, these kids are just, you know, cleaning up the store. I guess it's slow, nobody there. But after I already unloaded, it took like 20 minutes to get it all done. I asked them, I'm like, what do you guys don't have any customers, or what's going on here? And they're like, are you slow or what's going on? And because I'm like, is it okay if I'm blocking the driveway or drive through? That's where their door is. And they told me, no, you're not blocking anything because we're closed. And I'm like, closed? What time do you guys close? And they're like 6 p.m. And I'm like, oh my goodness, how the heck did I make it here just in the nick of time? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I was like, wow, this broker had no idea that they're closing at 6, because my initial ETA to delivery was 6 p.m. and she never even said anything that, hey, you know, please hurry, do your best because they close at 6. What if I would have, you know, stopped by to use the restroom somewhere? Or, you know, would have stopped by to grab some food somewhere, you know, and would have wasted those 10 minutes somewhere else, you know what I mean? And I would have had no clue. So yeah, kind of a weird thing, but blessed tonight. Blessed, very blessed. All right, well, I've got a little bit of a mess over here, which I've been driving around with that kind of, I don't know why. I haven't put it away yet, but got that heated blanket on there. I got my coat on there, other clothes. Need to take care of that stuff. Got to make it a little more presentable in here. I wasn't really expecting to have a load today, and then once I did get it, I was like, man, I gotta go. No time to put anything away. And that's how it was, no time to put anything away. If I would have even wasted time messing with this, I could have arrived when they're closed and out of there. So barely, they waited for me to get unloaded. They did. Thank you to them. Krispy Kreme, thank you. 25 miles until state line, Washington and Idaho. And it is snowing really light snow, I would say. Well, not big flakes, but tiny little flakes. And look at the left side. You guys see that? Left side is not treated. This side, I don't know if it's just slush or whatever. 31 degrees, so sort of taking it easy, 60, 65. And you can see snow on the right-hand side. So, I mean, this is what it is. Wintertime, guys, and you never know when you're gonna end up in winter, when you're gonna, you know, have to deal with, and always on the little overpasses, all these little passes, all the little bridge areas, gotta be super careful, because even with sort of treated, it's still gonna be slippery, so you gotta watch out. But winter and winter weather conditions can catch you off guard anywhere, so you just got to be careful, take it easy, not like look ahead and go, oh my god, what's happening out there, I'm not, you know, we're gonna park right here and wait it out. That's not how this business works. But you know, if you are driving and you get into a situation where, you know, the roads are closed and, you know, it's undrivable. If the roads are closed, then brokers, customers, everybody understands. But if you're just driving and, you know, you're from a southern state and then all of a sudden you're driving and then you've never driven in snow before and you just freak out and, you know, decide to, you know, you're going to park and, you know, wait it out or whatever. That's, guys, that's not going to fly. We're going to need like video proof of what's happening for broker. We're going to need pictures. You know what I mean? Broker and their customer are going to look online to see if the roads are open or closed. All those sort of things. So there's no such thing as lying about anything, because we can't be, you know, we're not in the lying business. We're in the transportation business, making it happen and getting the job done. You know what I mean? We're in the just do it business. That's what we are. If it's slow and if it's 5 miles an hour and you're going, hey, that's totally fine. You keep doing whatever you got to do to get there. But if it's, you know, if it's black ice, that's different than just, you know, snow and slippery weather conditions. Black ice, we don't deal with black ice. But if it's just snow, slush, you know, things like that, then we keep on going. If the route is open, the roads are open, we go. Just so you guys know, because, you know, I've dealt with some people, and some people have dealt with us, and found out really quickly that, you know, there's no
missing people.
There's no way of getting around it or anything, and you're just gonna end up jobless. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do that. So just something to think about. If you can't drive in the, oh, here you go, white. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. The adventure and romance begins. Look at this. This is lovely. All white. Yes. If you can't do this, if you're not, you know, comfortable, or if you are terrified of it, then, you know, telling you ahead of time, this job's not for you. Don't even attempt it, because unless you can afford to sit the wintertime at home and, you know, hope that your spot's still there in the springtime, because you never know. I love this, man. Yes. I wonder what it looks like at home. I hope we're getting some snow at home too. Who else loves this kind of driving? You guys let me know in the comments. Yes, no, a little bit, a lot. Let me know. Some of you will probably say, well, hey man, you told us that they take care of this road. You told us they do a great job out here. They do. And they do. Just because there's a little bit of snow on the ground doesn't mean this is not taken care of. They do plow it. They do. You know, if it's forecasted snow non-stop, and the snow is not stopping for hours and hours and hours, they just come through and plow it until they know the snow's stopping. And when the snow is stopping, then they come through and then they put de-icer down, because there's no point of creating slush and putting de-icer down while it's still snowing. So a lot of people, even some of the folks I talk to, and even family members, they think, oh, they should have done something. They should have de-iced it. Guys, you can't de-ice when it's, you know, snowing like this. They don't do that. Nobody does that. You're not supposed to do that. Otherwise, it's creating slush and, you know, nonsense. You got to do this the right way. Figured I'd stop and show you guys the beauty and romance of this. Look at this. Woohoo! I'm in the pass, crossing right over into Idaho here, about to anyways. Let's take a look from up above.